The road ahead, it twists and turns, and the sun beats down and it burns. But I keep on pushing through. And every step quicker than the last, my feet tread down this beaten path, and I keep.
Okay, Charlie here. It's Sunday, June 2nd, I think. But anyway, I'm going to church, and I'm super proud about that. I have this streak going of not missing sacrament meeting, and I'm hoping they're not having like state conference and there's going to be nobody in the building today. We will see. But it's about a 3-mile walk from the hotel I stayed at to the church, and so I've started hoofing it down there a little early. It's a beautiful day, and you know, I'm here in Osceola still, and I'm, you know, not walking on Sunday. Well, I'm walking to church, but I'm not walking with the backpack on Sunday. There's a reason for that. It's because, you know, the Martin and Willie's Handcart Company, the Martin Handcart Company started out late in the season, and they said they were doing pretty good on everything, but they were worried they were gonna get behind and end up not making it to Salt Lake in time. So what they did was they started traveling on Sunday, and they said at that point that's when everything went bad for them. The buffaloes came through and stampeded off their livestock. They got caught in an early snowstorm, and they ended up getting a bunch of them starving and dying of exposure and stuff. The handcart companies are a little different than the initial pioneers. The initial pioneers had wagons and oxen. The handcart companies were mostly people from England and Europe that were coming across, and they, you know, in order to save money, because, you know, I mean, buying a big wagon and a couple of oxen and all this stuff's expensive, they decided to use hand carts. Well, they limited all the people to 17 pounds of personal gear apiece, and, you know, they got out there in Wyoming and didn't have any warm jackets or blankets and stuff, which is exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'm hoping I'm getting there in July and stuff. So you know, it did snow in Wyoming this week, so you know, like I'm still worried about Wyoming. I'm probably gonna get out there, get snowed in, and then a bear will have a Charlie popsicle with, you know, my remains or something. But I shouldn't joke about that. Anyway, today is Fast Sunday for members of the church, and what a Fast Sunday is, this is, let the truck get by. This is where we give up 2 meals and fast, and the money that we would have spent on those 2 meals we donate to the bishop's charity fund, so that, you know, the bishop can take care of poor families in our area and stuff like that. You know, giving money to the church, there's a big controversy about that. I know a lot of people like, all these churches are just in it for the money. And as members, we tithe, but we also have a completely lay minister. So, you know, I'm not worried about some, you know, big time preacher, you know, making millions and millions of dollars off of my school teacher pay. It's just not the way it works. What we do is we mostly fund charity work, the Helping Hands, and then temples and chapels and stuff like that. The missionary work, you know, those missionaries are not cheap to keep out in the field. And so, you know, I feel the money goes to a good cause. And you know, I hadn't always felt that with every church I've gone to, but I do with this one. So wow, what a beautiful day. I'll get back with you. Okay, this has been an interesting morning, I went to church, and it was about a 3 1/3 mile hike up there. Big old huge hill right before you get there. I don't know if that's a metaphor for the pushing through the last bit of difficulties to get yourself to church in the week, but it is odd. I felt so much joy walking into that church, and I guess it's because that's been my goal all week, is to make it to church. And after having persevered, gotten God's help so much on the way and everything else, it was wonderful just to walk into church. And it's just, I can't even start to describe just the joyous feeling and happiness I had, and I mean, I feel like I should have that every Sunday, but I don't. A lot of Sundays I'm like, oh, I gotta go to church. I'll get up and I'll prepare for it and everything. And I'm maybe not, this is just like I walked in and it's like, holy cow, I feel good. And, I was thinking about something about this, and I told my daughter about it. I said, one of the things I've been toiling along on this trip and everything, and I've had a lot of trials and stuff, but I don't think I've ever felt happier for a full week. There's just like, it's you can't be depressed while you're doing this. It's unbelievable. And I've learned a lot about Iowa, and so if y'all are ever coming to Iowa, let me give you some tips. First of all, that thing on their shirts is called a Hawkeye. Don't call it a Jayhawk. They get really highly offended if you call it a Jayhawk. That's not a Jayhawk. Jayhawks, those damn people from Kansas. And you're like, oh, sorry. And anyway, so it's a Hawkeye when you see a bird on their shirt in Iowa. They're a neat bunch of people. They're all farmers and everything, and they've got farmer concerns, and they like to talk about the weather a lot, and how, well, I don't have my corn in, so if it doesn't stop raining pretty soon, I'm going to have to put beans in instead of corn. But I've already bought corn seeds, and I'm hoping if I have to silo the corn seeds, they'll last until next year, and I'll plant them next year. And, yada, yada, yada about crops and stuff. But they're such a genuine, good-hearted bunch of people. I've talked with just a lot of people. I was walking to church, and this guy was, comes walking out and gets right in step with me. He's walking along there, and he starts, he's like, are you from around here? And I said, no. He goes, what church are you going to? Because I had a shirt and tie on and everything, which I'm still wearing because I'm washing all the other clothes. And anyway, I was like, well, I'm going to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He goes, I'm going to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And I said, I thought y'all met on Saturday. And he goes, well, we also meet on Sunday. And I'm like, okay. And he starts telling me about all his woes in life. And, people are carrying so much burden nowadays. The guy said that both his parents were tweakers, which I think means they use meth or whatever, and he's trying not to go down that path, and the guy's trying, and, he admitted he was a dropout from high school, and, he's got a good job now, though, and, he's hoping he can get a GED and do some stuff. And, I told him I was from Texas, and he said, oh, my dad lives in Lufkin, Texas. I've never ever met him, but he lives in Lufkin, Texas. And I'm like, okay. And it's just like, everybody up here's so happy and everything, but I feel like every time I scratch the surface, there's just a lot of human suffering. And, it may be that way in Odessa, and I've just become blind to it. I'm going to look a lot harder for it when I get home. But I'm really, starting to get my faith in humanity restored again. I have come to love people so much from this trip already. It may change before I get all the way done, but I didn't bear my testimony today. And I thought I probably, I was like, I might bear my testimony. I didn't. My testimony is so much in flux right now. I don't even, 100% know where I'm at on that and stuff. And I'm sure that as I make this journey, it's going to change. But I have picked up some pretty strong testimonies about a few things, and like the evilness of riding lawnmowers. But anyway, just joking. But anyway, I'm gonna post this video, and it's still early in the day. I can't even eat yet because I'm still fasting. And it's not that I can't eat, I'm choosing not to eat because I'm choosing to fast. But I love all y'all, and I miss everybody. I miss Delilah, I miss Mom, I miss Madeline, I miss my good old cat, Mr. Nuffy. And you know, everybody be good. And if you've got any questions, you can always message me on Facebook or however, and I'll see if I can throw in answers, or if y'all got thoughts, or I may need some encouragement. So far, I guess my big worry next week, you know, as far as my challenges, everybody keeps telling me I can't make it across the Missouri River. But I checked, and it said the pedestrian bridge, the Mormon pedestrian bridge over the Missouri River, is open. And they closed the interstate down to one lane, crossing over into Omaha, and they said they also closed it to pedestrian traffic. So I'll figure something out, though. I'll bet you I get across the Missouri River, and I'll bet you I won't be swimming because the water up here is really cold, by the way. But anyway, I'll talk to all of y'all later. Bye.